Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite subjects ever, which might sound strange, but let's talk about vagina smell and how to embrace your vagina smell. I've got to confess that this is actually one of my favourite topics because I actually absolutely love the smell of my intimate parts, and especially one of my biggest turn-ons is when I'm with a lover who also appreciates it. It's probably one of my biggest turn-ons. I like to say that, turn-ons ever. And yes, I've written down some things to discuss here, but I was inspired to share my philosophy about this topic after reading this book, which is The Arts of Seduction by Seema Anand. I recently interviewed Seema Anand for my podcast, and in this book there is a chapter called The Art of Perfuming. So I started to think about perfuming the body, deodorants and things like that. I don't actually use any deodorant now. It's been about 5 years, and I think that started because I was working from home. I didn't see the point, and now I've just come out of the shower. I'm full of coconut oil, but that's about it. I smell of coconut oil, and sometimes I might mix up some essential oils in my coconut oil and put it all over my body, avoiding the armpits because I don't think that's very good for essential oils are not very good for your armpits. But in general, I would just put a coconut oil everywhere. It's fantastic, and that's about it really. So I don't really smell of anything. I'll have my own pheromones, and I think it's really a great thing to actually embrace your own pheromones, because I think in society in general, I think we are kind of subconsciously kind of told to mask our own smells. For example, there are so many perfumes out there and also deodorants. And also, have you ever wondered why in every supermarket and every pharmacy in the world almost you can find intimate wash for women, but there's never any penis cleaner? Why is that? I mean, penises do have their own smell too, but I think it's really unfair that women get this kind of subliminal message about how our intimate parts are somehow inherently dirty or something, or that they need to be intimately washed, or they need extra products for it. I think that's a really, really dangerous message, and I think this message could be the reason why many women don't lie back and relax and enjoy a good cunnilingus session. I think it's a real pity. And also we get lots of jokes about fish, etc. when we're at school as adolescents, and also when your vagina is going through all of those changes at puberty. It's a bit kind of like weird, and sometimes obviously period smell is not the nicest smell in the world, even though it's a natural process. But the natural smell of a healthy vagina that's not having the period and, let's say, aroused is actually a very it's just amazing, and it's kind of sweet and musky. Obviously different people have their own different smells, but in general it's kind of like the best perfume there is. And if that wasn't true, then there wouldn't be a massive business of used panties. Some people absolutely pay loads of money just to get hold of this smell. And also, I think recently Gwyneth Paltrow's made some vagina candle. I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I think it's really important to embrace your own smell, especially when it's healthy and happy and aroused. And to do that, for example, I mean, for me, lots of things that have helped me, I say the number one thing is actually having had lovers who have appreciated my smell in the past, and that's really kind of helped me feel very at ease with my own smell, and also just appreciate it in myself. And I think it's really important to keep tabs on your smell. For example, to smell your own underwear at the end of the day, just to make sure everything is wonderful. And yeah, I even smell sex toys after using them, just to kind of see that everything's okay, especially if it's been inserted. So I think that's really important. And also, for me, I'm a condom lover, so I actually think it's really important to practice safe sex so that I can avoid infections as much as possible, because obviously having a vaginal infection it's not always sexually transmitted, but it's not the best smell in the world. So sometimes smell can be a warning or a sign that something's not quite right there as well. But let me see what else I've written. And also, if you're allergic to latex condoms, then of course there are other types that you can use. I think there is some polyurethane ones which are hypoallergenic, and I used to use those in the past actually, and they were kind of like very I'd say they transmitted the heat a lot better, and they were kind of more, yeah, they're a bit more expensive, but interesting to experiment with. Anyway, let me see what else I was gonna say here. Yeah, so that's my philosophy on vaginas. So I think it's great to embrace that natural smell, and for me, something I really love actually is when a guy goes down on me and straight after they actually kiss me, and I'm like, I can kind of appreciate my own intimate smell even more then. And I remember actually watching an episode of Sex in the City when I think it was Miranda, someone did that to her and she was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. But I think it's a much more healthy reaction to actually appreciate that and not be freaked out by something that doesn't smell like it's come from a perfume shop. I think it's really important to embrace those natural pheromones, and of course, and also all of those products like intimate wash, etc. Sometimes they can disrupt your own vaginal pH, and then you're gonna, if you're trying to smell like strawberries, you might not smell like strawberries at all, if you see what I mean. And also, I'm really against all of these lubricants that have special flavors such as strawberry or mint or whatever. I think that's also sending a really negative message about masking the natural smell. And also lubricants, that's kind of like another reason why I'm not really into lubricants, because they do have some terrible ingredients such as glycerin and other things that your vagina might not like too much. Anyway, what about you? Do you embrace your own vaginal smell? And if you do, let us know how you came to this position. Because a lot of people kind of like have this shame earlier on, and then, you know, there are some things that they do or some lovers that they've had that can actually guide them in this direction. But for me, it's just all about, I think the main thing is having lovers who've been really into it and then going down on me and like going, I just love that. That really, really turns me on. Yeah, so what about you? I would love to know your ideas on this topic. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for new videos, don't hesitate to contact me at Venus@venusohara.org, and I will see you very soon.